This is good. So do we thought seize them first? Yeah. You get black white or we no. We need to get blue black. We don't have white. It's okay. You never know what they're playing. Just in case. Oh dear. Peter Blossom, there it is. We talked about this. Huh. Negate's gonna be good here. We can just counter 2 spells in a row, right? So, what do we care about? One of these? We kind of want them to cast the Bitter Blossom for 2. I don't know, this card's just kind of frustrating. It isn't, though. It isn't. If you just take this. Take this over this, eh? Not really. They could draw another Bitter Blossom. It's going to be bad news for us. We'll just take this. If we play this, let's say go. So ideally we can negate the Bitter Blossom, which they're going to cast, right? They're going to do nothing. So we can put this into play tapped. Okay. Instead, put a 1/1 counter. They're playing Bitter Blossom deck. This is really neat. We were talking about this as a pretty good win condition. They have another land. This is pretty good. We can play Una's black card. Are we going to counter it? So we have the negate for this. They don't have a counter spell. Are they playing? They do have blue, right? Should we thought seize out the Una's black card? What does this do? 5. This is on an adventure, right? So this doesn't actually do anything. I kind of like this again. It's a tough matchup here. Okay, we can get rid of this. It's kind of hard to get rid of this. So then we can make them discard 2. Then they lose 2 lands or whatever, right? It's kind of pretty good. I think this is the time to do this. You know, they hot rips Bitter Blossom. It's a big problem. They're going to pitch 2 lands. They're not going to get to Virtue of Loyalty quick enough. And then, I don't know. We need Lingering Souls. It would be good. We did talk about Bitter Blossom being a potentially playable, like, threat, right? They did pitch the 2 lands, which is quite nice. It's weird the adventure has this halo thing. It's so meticulous. I guess we can take 2 again. I don't know. We're definitely gonna kill their 2/2 with the other side of Murderous Rider. I don't know if they're gonna slam something here. Like they have, just don't know what they have in their hand. Should we just slam it right now, or should we wait till end of turn? We're gonna take 4 if we wait till end of turn. Let's do it right now. I think we're gonna get blown out by a Bitter Blossom off the top, maybe. We take 2 from only the Murderous Rider. We can play it next turn and hold counter out. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Okay. I mean, it's okay, for sure. They can Source to Kosher this right now. We gain a little bit of life back. We need to hot rip something good. Yeah. The white, this is their list is very cool. Okay, we need to draw something. Lingering Souls would be pretty good. Lingering Souls. Hup. It's there. It's there. It is absolutely there. Wow, nice rip. Okay. They can go get, I don't know, Meticulous Archive. So meticulous. Are they going to go get Shadowy Backstreet? It's Godless Shrine, okay. So they're not playing the Surveil lands. Maybe they are, and they just don't want them coming in play tapped. That could be a big problem. Because they play this thing now. We can go get Shadowy Backstreet. So they can play the Virtue. This is pretty cool. Ardenvale Fealty? Felty? What's Fealty? We have 4. I guess so. Might not be the best play, but I don't think we have another option. There it is. Okay, we have to do 2 turns here. If they play Bitter Blossom, it would be actually really good. Because then they go to 3 and then take a damage, and then they can only block 1. That was a really interesting game. It's a very great game. Okay. I don't know if this is very good. Nor is this. Well, it's not that bad. I think this also isn't very good. I mean, I like the Dovin's Veto over the Spell Pierce. Maybe not. I don't know if this is very good at all. We just want these. And then these. And then maybe just all of this. Yeah, if we Spell Pierce the Adventure, then it doesn't go on an adventure, right? Okay, let's try this. Their list is very cool. Very cool. I guess you can see who we're playing right there, kind of unfortunately. We could cut it out of the videos. It's not the end of the world. I mean, is that even good? I'm gonna keep a greedy hand? I want to. We can go get a blue-black, discard their hand. See that we're doomed. I don't know, I still like this. We draw a land that's pretty good. Uh-oh. So we need blue-black. Should we just Spell Pierce? Spell Pierce is pretty good here too. Because then next turn, you know, we can just Thoughtseize next turn. Because Spell Pierce hits Bitter Blossom, it hits the Adventure. It doesn't hit the creature. The Una's Blackguard. We'll see what happens. Interesting match here. 2 interesting decks in a row. Both seem pretty good. Very cool, at least. Okay, here it is. Do it. Bitter Blossom. We need to. Oh no. Okay. It is what it is. Do we do nothing? Or do we Thoughtseize? I think we Thoughtseize now. And then we can go get Meticulous Archive. Huh. We don't care about this. We don't really care about that or this. It's either this or this. I think we kill this, and then if they play this, we can draw land and do that. I think it's this. Okay. I like their deck a lot. It's really cool. Gives us some ideas for our list. This, is it good? So they have that up, right? As an instant. They have Bowmasters and Fairy Mastermind up. We need this. We need the white for the Lingering Souls and the Dovin's Veto. We need a land. We need a swamp. I guess we can play that. Or we can keep it at least. And then we can play it next turn. They're going to do it right now? No? Okay. Shadowy? What do we need? Not that, really. I don't think we need that at all. They're going to play... Fairy Mastermind, I think they're going to play. Then we can Murderous Rider it. We can't, though, because they're going to Dovin's Veto them. Right? That's pretty brutal here for us. They're going to play Fairy Mastermind. Then we have 2 Dovin's Veto. Maybe they're worried about Counterspell? I don't think they're going to do nothing. I think they're going to maybe Bowmaster and keep the Mastermind. No, the Mastermind's really good play there. Now they have Dovin's Veto. It's like pretty bad for us. Okay. I mean, now they've tapped out, so we can kill the Murderous Rider. I think so. Or we can use the Murderous Rider to kill the Mastermind. I believe so. Now that they're tapped out. I think they hot ripped the Bitter Blossom, just slammed it. This is a really cool game, again. I mean, we could just play this. Then they could, like, make us sack it. Or... we do nothing. Then they play Bowmasters. I think we just play this. And then they can... make us sack it with the Edict, and then they... oh, I don't know. They might draw another Bitter Blossom. Hopefully they don't have it. That's what they drew. Okay, so they don't have Bitter Blossom. Don't draw it. Don't do it. Okay, thank goodness. So now they have 4 mana though. That's fine. Oh. I forgot it did that. It's actually not that... I guess we don't have any delve, so it's okay. This is an interesting game, again. So we can go blank right now? Are they going to get a white source untapped? They don't have it. So we can just go blank, right? Oh no, they have it. Yeah, they took some damage for that though, for sure. If we draw land, we can play Shieldred. I mean, this is an interesting game of Magic. That's for sure. I don't know if are they going to play Bowmaster right now? I don't think so, right? Dovin's Veto is just it's a messed up card. I think we do nothing, and then if they cast Bowmaster right now, we can Murderous Rider this. And then what do we do the turn after, though? Like, what do we do? We just gifted Aetherborn right now? We're gonna take 2 damage. I think we have to do this right now. We're kind of stuck here. It's a very strange, like, they're playing a really cool control deck. Like, it's really tough to get through what they're up to. We need more hand disruption. The Go Blank would have been amazing except for the Dovin's Veto. We could have ran the Go Blank into the Dovin's Veto right now, right? We could have done that. Not the worst idea. Yeah, maybe we should have done that. I mean, they can't do anything right now. They can flash in Bowmaster and do 1 damage to our face, and then a swing for 2, and then they still have Dovin's Veto up, right? But then at least we might be gaining 2 life here. It's a very interesting game. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they draw land, I'm not gonna lie. It would be great. Yep. I think we just run the go blank into their... Right? We just drew it, right? It's kind of a sign. I think we have to attack. They have to Dovin's Veto. They don't have to Dovin's Veto. Barf. We go to 7. Oh, that's so savage. I can believe how good that is, but it's so good that they drew a Spell Pierce there. Yikes. Their list is so good. Like 7. We go to 5 again. Okay. I mean, it's not necessarily that good here. So do we run the Lingering Souls? Two to 5. I think we run the Lingering Souls. We can never use our... Oh man, this is so tough. We could play this as well. We just hardcast this. Then they only do 2. And then we block, and then we have all this lifelink. I guess that's the play, actually. That's actually really good. It's this. It's very interesting. We have this lifelink. Each player draws a card. Oh, wow. Each player draws a card. I mean... We take a damage from Bowmasters. This gets bigger, right? That's so savage. And then each player draws a card again. And then we chump block here, and it's just bad for us. We have to block. Oh my god. That's so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Wow, their list is so good. That was ridiculous what happened there. I think we had a good idea though. So we gotta bring this Fatal Push in, I suppose. I like these. Not this. I was enjoying playing with those. Wow, I don't know what to tell you. Some interesting stuff going on. Wow, this game, eh? That was ridiculous, that game. That game was so cool. I kind of like this. Because they have Thoughtseize too. Okay. Can we get there? Such a game. That last game was nice. Their Dovin's Veto really, that hurts. We could have, I don't know, we probably should have burned it. Like, I mean, it's pretty good here. They mulliganed. They could thought, they mulliganed it again? They mulliganed it again? 4? No. They're just going to get Bitter Blossom? We might die to Bitter Blossom. I think they mulliganed to 4 here. I think they mulliganed to 3. They mulliganed to 4. I mean, it doesn't really matter if... Like, if they Thoughtseize us, like, we're not going to Spell Pierce it. So it's this. That goes to the graveyard. We can play that next turn. Right? Or do we just go all in on this strategy of playing 2 in a row on turn 3? We do nothing next turn? I like this. It's kind of built-in value, because then we're going to draw something else. Man, that's such a game. Hopefully they have a tap land. Okay. Now we have... We can just... We can play this tapped, right? And then we have a Spell Pierce. And then if they have Bitter Blossom, we Spell Pierce it. They might slam it. They could go get a Thoughtseize. Okay. Now we have... So... Now we have this, so we don't take damage. And then we can flash back Lingering Souls. And then we have Spell Pierce up. You think they're going to Spell Pierce our Spell Pierce? I think they would have slammed Bitter Blossom. They could Thoughtseize Bitter Blossom. I mean, even on a mull to 4, it's tough for us here. Are they going to Dovin's Veto this? That's totally fine. I mean, it's 1 for 1. We also got this for free. I would love to see a Dovin's Veto here. This is a really cool match, for sure. I think they're going to do it here. They're going to Dovin's Veto. I mean, such a game. Yep, that's fine. Their list is so cool. This can be countered, right? We could have countered it, but I just... We have to... They're playing Bitter Blossom like they're just playing it. Uh-oh. Okay. So... We could Murderous Rider this. We could go blank their hand. Hold on. We want this. Then we go blank their hand. Then we take some damage. But we keep the Spell Pierce up in case they draw Bitter Blossom. We could play Shieldred the turn after, I suppose. Una and... yeah. Okay, so if they draw Bitter Blossom right here, we can Spell Pierce it. I think they know this, though. What a game. This is really cool. We take 2. Then we can play Lingering Souls, though. We can just play this. Then we have Negate and that up. And this thing has Death Touch lifelink. This thing gets under. It's really interesting. They could make us... They could Thoughtseize us. Do we care? I don't know. If they slam Bitter Blossom, we're in trouble. Maybe not. I think we do this. I think we're in deep trouble. Let's make them pay for it? That wasn't necessarily a good move at all. I could have negated that. Could they paid for it? That was a really weird play, actually. I didn't really think about that play at all. They take 2. Oh, interesting. They took 2. That was strange. Not necessarily what to do there. What happened to our Shieldred? Oh, it actually resolved. Makes sense. So, we could kill the Bowmasters. Or we could play Lingering Souls. We still have the Spell Pierce. I mean, that was a weird play. We'll see how it works out for us. This gifted Aetherborn. Come on, just slam slam Bitter Blossom right now. Uh-oh. Interesting. If we untap, it's good. Untap. Oh my goodness. So we take 2 damage to Lingering Souls with a negate up. We could just play the Murderous Rider because they know it's there. We attack first. Okay. Oh my god, this is such an interesting game. Return a creature from the graveyard, I see. Okay. There it is. We can counter that. Wow, so interesting. What an interesting game. We drew the counter spell because we can't counter a creature otherwise. Okay, so... Does it do anything? No. They can just double block something. They're gonna double block what? One of them? Sure. Just for prosperity. What an interesting game. Do we do nothing? We do this. That's lethal. Can we get there? Maybe they draw the Bitter Blossom right now and they play it. What a game. Wow. They mulligan to 4 and their deck is so good. They mulligan to 4. They should play Lingering Souls. Should, I don't know if that's the right word. Okay, they could rope us if they want to. What a game. I'm concerned that I don't know what they're thinking about. Like, their Shieldred's Edict doesn't do anything. They play Bitter Blossom, they lose. They have a counter spell. Are they just gonna rope us? Okay. I don't care. It doesn't really matter to me. Sure. You can rope us if you want. Are they playing Salt Marsh? Is that what they're playing? I'm okay with it. I'm not going to put like your go or anything like that. I'm just not going to get angry. If they rope us and then destroy all our creatures and then we flash back the Lingering Souls, it's going to be, you know. If they want to play like this, then it doesn't really matter to me. Sure. I don't know. I kind of don't think we just win here. I kind of think that they're just doing this. I don't think they're going to rope us. I think they're going to play something. What a game. Wow. Their list is so good. We should kind of take a look at their list. Bowmasters does nothing though to our list. Absolutely nothing. Okay. They roped us. Very just in case. There you go. Incredible game. Incredible match. They mulliganed 4. It just shows like their list seems like a lot better than ours. They're just really good. Wow. What a match. Very cool. I can't believe how good that match was. They mulliganed 4. We would have lost. Like, their list is so good.